morning, Hornets. I'm Emily Johnson.
And I'm Mark. Today we'll be taking a look at the new graduation ticket procedure for seniors, Community Service Day, and as always, sports with Garrett Norcross.
But first, here's Antoine McDaniels for this week's weather forecast.
Thanks, guys. Good morning, Hornets, and welcome to your weather update. Today will be sunny with a high of 68 and a low of 45. Wednesday will be cloudy with a high of 61 and a low of 48. The clouds will stay, but temperatures will rise with a high of 77 and a low of 53 on Thursday. Finally, Friday will end the weekday with a high of 61 and a low of 39. The weather is finally picking up, and hopefully it stays like that. Anyway, that's it for your weather update. Let's head back to Emily and Mark at the desk.
Yesterday, we had our very own Emily Johnson. Thinks she was interviewing Mrs. English about the yearbook being dedicated to Coach Matt English. But in reality, she was surprised with getting honored with her first ever We Before Me Foundation check. Let's take a look at this complete surprise from her.
So what does this mean to you and your family?
Well, Emily, today we're here for a very special reason. We are here to honor you today, actually. And I have my family actually here for that. So this is what this means. This is our Beech Grove, or I apologize, the Matt English Foundation group. Dad, and we are here to present you today with one of the first We Before Me Foundation checks.
Thank you.
Emily, the work that you did on the documentary that is still earning you so many accolades just completely embodies everything that We Before Me carries with it, and we are so thankful that we've been the recipients of the gift of the documentary that you put together, and because of your tireless work towards that for the benefit of others, this scholarship's for you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Have some clothes you want to donate? Alexis Whiteman got more on where you could take them.
The National Honor Society is yet again having another fashion show. I talked to Miss Bertollet on what it is for and what exactly you can donate.
So National Honor Society on the second half of Community Service Day, April 17th, is going to be hosting a fashion show. We are currently collecting clothing donations, so we'll collect them up to April 17th. And you can drop them off either in the front office or in room 124, Ms. Bertolet's room. We are accepting shirts, pants, socks, anything that is clean, lightly used. We don't want anything that's torn up.
I then asked her where the clothing will be going to after the fashion show.
And at the end, we're going to weigh all of the clothes that we have collected, and we're going to announce how many pounds of clothes we have collected, and we are donating them to the Red Cross Disaster Relief so that they can allocate those as they see fit. Last year, we did the same thing, but we donated them to victims of hurricanes in Texas and in Florida. So this year, we're just going to give them to the Red Cross so they can make the best decision for where they want to send them.
This year, the fashion show is rainbow themed. You can drop off the donations at the office at any time before Community Service Day. If you have any more questions, feel free to email Ms. Bertollet. This has been Alexis Whiteman from Bgsn. Back to you guys.
The school year is coming to an end, which for seniors means graduation is approaching. As many of you know, the ceremony will have a different approach as tickets will be handed out to students for their guests. Antoine has more information.
The school year is on its last leg as summer break and the seniors' graduation creeps toward us. In past years, many people were welcome to the event, but due to a recent overflow in attendance, Bgsn is taking a different approach. Tickets will be handed out the day before the ceremony during the graduation practice. Each student will have 5 tickets. Children under 5 will not need a ticket. Beech Grove is hoping to accommodate ticket requests so parents and guardians can log into Skyward and order extra tickets should they need it. The form must be filled out by May 1st. If you have any more information, contact Mrs. Walter at ewalters@bgcs.k12.in.us. Until then, this has been Antoine McDaniels for Bgsn. Back to you guys at the desk.
Now let's toss it over to Garrett Norcross for sports.
Hello Hornets, welcome to sports and local news. Beech Grove has 2 boys basketball players that will play in the Marion County All-Star Game. Those players are Gavin Hess and John Parker. They will both be members of the Comets team and will be wearing the visitor uniforms. They both had fantastic seasons and get to show off their skills in this game. Tonight, both track teams will host Tryon Central and girls tennis will play Cecina. On Wednesday, boys golf will have a meet against Covenant Christian and Lutheran, while varsity baseball will travel to Lebanon. In NCAA news, a big dance was last night between the Virginia Cavaliers and Texas Tech Red Raiders. This game started slow but picked up quickly. Virginia took a steady lead late in the second and appeared to be running away with the win, but after great plays calling and tremendous scoring, Culver and Mooney would carry them back into the game. It went into overtime tied at 78, and the Cavs would hit multiple clutch shots to put them up. They went on to win the 2019 National Championship just a year after being the first to ever get upset by a 16 seed. This is one of the greatest sports tournaments ever. Indy native Kyle Guy carried them the entire tournament, even putting them in the championship. It will be interesting to see if he returns for a part 2 or declares for a draft as a top prospect. Pacers news, they play their final game of the season tomorrow. With the win, they confirm their 5th seed, putting them against Boston in the first round. They do not, however, have the home court advantage, so they will need to regroup and play as a team, even without Oladipo. Nate McMillan has been preaching teamwork, which is exactly what is needed. Baylor's women's basketball team had a great time this past weekend, winning their 3rd NCAA championship. I was able to get more information on the tournament and Baylor's close victory.
If you happen to turn your TV on this weekend, whether it be sports or the news, you may have seen that women's national championship came to an end with Baylor coming out on top. They call this March Madness, and boy was it maddening. Let's start off with the Final Four. Final Four being Baylor, of course, then Oregon, Notre Dame. I'm not surprised UConn, because UConn's always in it. These were interesting matchups because all 4 teams were either a 2 seed or a 1 seed. For people who don't know this means they were the tip top, the best teams in the tournament. Going into the Oregon and Baylor game, this was a tough defeat for Oregon and its star player Sabrina Ionescu. Hold on, give me a sec. So, how do you pronounce the women's Oregon basketball player with the number 20's name?
Sorry, I'm not sure about that.
Thanks. No thanks to Alexa, but thanks to Register Guard, I know you pronounce it Ionescu. Ionescu recently stated that she was going back to Oregon. Quote, WNBA, I'll see you soon. Real soon, I promise. Just have some business to take care of. And from the great words of Bachman Turner Overdrive, taking care of business seems important to her. Going on to the UConn and Notre Dame game, just like last year, UConn would lose again to Notre Dame, but it wouldn't be as close. This leads to the Baylor and Notre Dame game in the championship matchup. Now, I know you must be wondering how the final score was so close when Baylor was dominating in the first half. I'll let Mr. Edwards explain that one.
I felt bad for Baylor because they had, I believe her last name was Cox. She was dominating, and then she hurt her knee. And as soon as she went out, they made a comeback.
Mr. Edwards was right. They almost came back, but forgot one crucial thing.
Hit your free throws.
Notre Dame missed a crucial free throw late in game and lost. That is it for the women's NCAA tournament. From Tampa Bay, I'm Garrett for BGSN.
Tennis season has sprung, and Tiana went and talked to Junior Bree Mills for more.
With tennis season springing back into action, the Lady Hornets have been on the court working hard. I spoke with Junior Bree Mills and asked how the season is going so far for her.
Our last 2 matches were against, the first one was Danville, and then the second one was Whiteland. Me and Maddie are double partners this year, and this is new to us. We're improving. There is a couple things that we do need to improve on, but she's encouraging me and I'm encouraging her, so that's good. And we have our teammates that support us and our coaches that support us and tell us what we need to do better.
I also had the chance to ask Bree why she enjoys tennis and why you would as well.
I enjoy tennis really well. Everyone is so friendly. I'm glad I've done it this year. I highly encourage you guys to try out next year. It's really fun. The coaches are really nice, and I'm not that good, but I'm getting there. So
it's gonna be all for sports today, everyone. I'm gonna throw it back to the desk.
That's all for today's segments of BGSN.
Make sure to follow us on all social media at BG Student News.
I'm Mark.
And I'm Emily. Have a fantastic day, Hornets.